Cameron on YouTube wants to know, for all the kilt makers, have you ever made a kilt for yourself and said, that's not what I wanted? Have you ever made a kilt that didn't turn out how you wanted?
Matt knows exactly where I'm going to go on this. What was the name of that? Carnegie of Skibo?
Something like that.
Yeah. Okay, here's the quick story. There's a Isle of Skye. Love the Isle of Skye tartan. I had the Isle of Skye tartan. Loved it. Wore it a bunch of times. Really liked it. And I figured, okay. I didn't think myself as a purple guy. Purple is one of those colors where you either love it or hate it. There's not a lot of gray area. So I had a 5-yarder and an 8-yarder in the Isle of Skye tartan. Wore them regularly and figured, you know what? I'm going to do another one. So Martin Mills came out with a tartan, and they called it Carnegie of Skibo. It was kind of a fashion tartan. And I looked at it, swatch book, got the swatch, said, you know what? That's it. That's the next one. That's the next purple one. So I bought a few yards of it, made it up. I was excited about making it. Took a day to make, get done with it, strap it on, go out to the changing room, put it on, walk out, peacocking, stand in front of the mirror, look at myself, and I'm like, I hate this tartan. I did not like it on myself nearly as much as I thought I was going to. So I took it off, put a price tag on it. Somebody walked into the store 5 minutes later, couldn't have been 5 minutes later, and said, I'm looking for a purple tartan. And I eyeballed them, looked them up and down, and I was like, you're about my size. Let me show you this special new tartan that we just got in. Pulled it out. He put it on, fit him dead perfect, and he was like, I love it. I have to have it. And I was like, whew, I did not just waste a day of work. So, yes, I have made a tartan, which I completely hated once I put it on. Mac, anything you've done?
The other one that I remember was you trying to do one on the bias.
Oh, the bias kill. No. Did I? I gave up on that
You did.
3/4 the way through.
You did, but
Yeah.
that was a start.
Yeah, that was a started, not finished.
Yeah.
For the bias kilt, just while you're thinking about yours, I wanted to see a kilt on the bias. My wife, Kelly, told me it was a horrible idea. I did not believe her. I should have believed her. So, sewing a kilt on the bias. Bias means like on the diagonal. So when you actually take fabric that is woven, that is, if you pull it, on the square, across, in line with the lines, you pull it taut. When you pull it straight up and down, in line with the lines, pulls it taut. When you pull it diagonal, it actually stretches a little bit. I didn't quite account for that when I started the kilt. So I, cut out strips of cloth diagonally and had to splice them together, and that was horrible. Then I had to hem them because it was all cut edges, and that was horrible. There was a good amount of wastage because I couldn't get all the way to the edge because it kind of became an angle, so that was horrible. And I put the front apron in and started sewing the pleats, and I was noticing that they were stretching as I was sewing them, and that was horrible. And I got about 2/3 the way done, and I was like, yep, I'm done with this. And I just threw out the cloth. It was failed attempt, never do it again.
I'd say probably for me, the most I hem and haul, even though I have my collection over there, I hem and haul a little bit on what I'm looking for next. And when the viewers at home order a cloth, and it's one that I'm interested in possibly getting, and after pleating some of them up, I've looked at them and said, yeah, nope, this one's now out of the book for me for whatever that reason may be.
If you're going to move 5-yarder and it's difficult to pleat or something like that, yeah, there's a few of those.
Yeah,
or I would only do this one in an 8-yard because there's more fabric to work with.
Yeah, because it changes the whole dynamic look of the tartan. Like the Collins of Skye, the one that I definitely want to get. Like that is one that I would definitely do in an 8-yarder, just by the way it ends up pleating up. Doesn't look bad, but I think it'll look better a certain way. But
Mac, for those who don't know, has what we in the industry call sable. Stash acquired beyond life expectancy. The man, Ian's chuckling back there. The man has a dozen kilts worth of cloth, maybe.
it's probably about 6 or 7 over there.
At least
Yeah.
6 or 7 kilts. He will buy the cloth and be like, yeah, I'm gonna make this. He has Flyers tartan fabric, or the Broad Street Bullies tartan, that he and I made up together and wove for ourselves. And I've had my kilt for several years now, and I'm going to end up buying his cloth from him because I'm going to wear my kilt out before he makes his into a kilt, period.
I've had my tweed kilt over there halfway pleated for 2.5 years now.
Yeah. It's one of those the shoemaker's kids have no shoes kind of things. Except you have kilts, you just don't make the other ones.
It's because I'm too busy expanding contraction. I'm expanding again. Not that anybody can tell.
So I worked for USA Kilts for 6.5 years, and in that time, I don't believe Mac has ever made a kilt for himself.
I make him make kilts for me because I'm too lazy to do it now.
No, the crest, the crest one I wore the other Longford crest.
Congratulations. 4 years ago, Mac made a kilt for himself.
To be fair, that was also training Emily on a 5-yarder, so